Hi there. So I had this random thought last night wondering if there were any YouTube videos out there that talk about how to be a K-pop cover dancer. And I was like, if there aren't any, maybe I'll make one myself. I searched YouTube and there were a few people who made videos on how they learn K-pop dances and post covers of them online. But I noticed there weren't really any that talked about being a K-pop cover dancer from a dance group. I'll try to relate some of the things I've learned being in a dance cover group to being a solo cover dancer, because I know not everyone has the means to join a K-pop dance cover group. If you're watching this, you're probably interested in making K-pop cover dances, so hopefully the things I'll discuss can help you get started. To start, I'll briefly mention that when I was in college I was a part of two K-pop dance cover groups. One of them is BU Mix, which is a school club under Boston University, and the other is called Off Brand, which is not an official school club but still operates as a dance cover group featuring members from BU Mix. Now that I'm done with college and I've moved out of Boston, I'm not in either groups right now. The way Mix operates is not exactly the same as how regular dance cover groups work because it is a school club. But a lot of the things I'll talk about will be the same for any dance cover group or for any solo dancer. I could go into the details that separate school dance groups from casual dance groups, but I don't want to go too off tangent. For starters, anyone can learn to dance, as long as you're willing to put in the effort. Most members of Mix and Off Brand have no dance background, such as ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, etc. I did like 1 year of ballet as a kid, and that was my only formal dance training prior to doing K-pop dance covers. If you have no dance foundations, that's fine. Practice makes perfect, so if you put in the time to drill choreography, you'll start to see your dancing slowly improve over time. That's how many idols today got to the level they are now, by practicing. If you're teaching choreography to yourself, there are two ways to do it. One is by watching a dance practice or a fan cam of the choreography you want to learn on platforms like YouTube, which allow you to adjust the speed in the settings so you can slow down certain parts. If you find it easy to learn by watching a mirrored version of the dance, you could either find it online or download the dance practice video or a fan cam, and then mirror it yourself with free software like VLC Media Player. I like to follow the dancers of the group, because they probably dance the choreo closest to how it was taught to them. But even if the whole group is in sync, each member puts their own style to the choreography, so everyone is still dancing the same moves, just a little differently. Honestly, it's up to you who you want to follow, unless you're in a dance group, in which case you'd be focusing on one person. Also, if you have access to a full-body mirror, that's really helpful to see how you look doing the dance. What we've done after every Mix or Off-Brand practice is record ourselves dancing the choreography. It allows us to see what we did well and what we need to work on. We'll often write cleaning notes for ourselves and for each other, which lets us see how other members interpret the same choreography. We also often make split screens of our practices with the idols' dance practice or fan cams, so we can compare ourselves and get really detailed with our practicing. When you're learning choreography, I also recommend investing in wireless earbuds or good speakers. Speakers are essential if you want to do a K-pop in public video or if you're practicing in a group, and wireless earbuds let you practice by yourself without having to blast music in your practice space. Probably my least favorite part about being in a K-pop dance cover group is doing positions. In my experience, what we usually do is draw out all the formations and transitions on paper or make a PowerPoint. But the reason why I hate it so much is that some dancers have a shit ton of members or a shit ton of transitions and formations, so it can take a lot of time to draw them all out. We'll also often spend time in practice ensuring that our formations are symmetrical or centered, and sometimes that can take a lot of time. But if you're gonna be a solo cover dancer, then doing positions doesn't really apply to you. Another thing that applies to dance cover groups but not solo cover dancers is casting members. Basically, if you're gonna cover a K-pop group's dance by yourself, you can pick any idol you want to follow. But if you're in a dance cover group, you don't usually get to pick which idol member you'll be. When mix casts members, people often get assigned an idol member who performs the closest to how they perform. In off-brand, sometimes you can choose who you'll be, but sometimes you get assigned someone. It really varies depending on the dance cover group. Now, once you've got the dance down and you're ready to film your video, there are a few things you'll need. Regardless of whether you're a solo dancer or you're dancing in a group, you need a camera, maybe a tripod, and editing software like Premiere. If you're filming outdoors during the day, you don't need any lighting. But if you're filming outdoors at night or even inside, you need lighting. You don't really need all the bells and whistles, since editing often will help with any lighting you need in the video. Having a person film for you can be really helpful, because they can incorporate moving shots. If you're a solo dancer, then it's up to you how many takes you want to film. At BU Mix and Off-Brand, we'll usually film around 7 takes, 2 wide shots, 2 mid shots, 2 close-up shots, and 1 experimental shot that lets the filmer do whatever they see fit. Of course, it can depend on the song, and watch K-pop music videos and K-pop dance covers for inspiration on how they film the choreography. When you're filming your dance cover, it's really important to emulate the idol you're dancing as. Even if your dancing is on point, stage presence can set your dance cover apart from others covering the same song. Lip syncing is the first step to doing it. The icing on the cake is facials, which is basically portraying the song and the feeling as if you're the idols themselves performing live. If you don't know where to start, watch how they perform and practice your expressions in front of a mirror. You'll notice that even when idols are dancing on the side or in the background, they'll usually maintain their performance face. People in a lot of K-pop dance covers usually wear outfits that'll resemble what the idols wear. I think that's becoming kind of the norm nowadays. Don't worry if you're poor. A trick that a lot of members in Mix and Off-Brand use is keeping the tags on clothes that they buy specifically for our dance cover videos. After the filming is over, they'll just return it, because honestly, a lot of stuff idols wear during their performances are clothes that we don't normally wear. Also, being in a dance cover group allows us to borrow clothes from each other to wear for our videos. If you're dancing solo, then there's still the option to borrow clothes from friends or family. The bottom line is, don't shell out too much money for an outfit you'll probably only wear once. Okay, that's about it. The last step, I guess, is to upload your dance cover online, and I can't really talk much about that. This video wasn't as detailed as I would have liked, but I hope he covered most of what goes into making your own K-pop dance covers or being in a K-pop dance cover group. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover in depth or if I left something out, and thanks for listening to this British computer voice for 8 minutes lol. Okay, bye.